Thank you. So hey folks, which is the start button. Okay, let's continue our adventure into Landstalker. Okay. It's Genesis mapping. I'm never actually sure what's going on. So this feels like really ancient because instead of save states not and auto saves now, no, we actually just reload our game and we save our game. We actually have to stop at reasonable points. So gaming. So I can totally walk on his head. Yay! So let's leave this little house of religion. We'll be careful. Let's go on an adventure. Let's jump on a dog. What the heck were we doing? I have certainly not forgot about you, Mayor. Oh, that's right, like, really, not the right thing to say to little girl, but also, I got a red gem. So I can hopefully do something with that red gem. And it's kind of interesting that in this game, like in the first session, which lasted about a couple hours, we've already seen the great majority of game mechanics that we will encounter for the rest of the game. Like jumping, attacking, the health I have at the top, the like iki herbs that I have 4 of. That is pretty much it. Like, there's a sword meter not doing anything right now. You can bet there's going to be something happening with that later, and oh, look at that. All of a sudden, I am one-shotting these slimes, which means that the strength of your attacks is actually tied to your maximum health. It's not even a separate stat, it's a stat. Which makes this interesting. Like, they certainly could have, like, padded the upgrades a bit if they've separated the two, but no, it's just one. So it's like level, attack, and health all in one. It's just you upgrade your health and everything goes with it. Which is elegant. I can appreciate that. If memory serves, I will also be like upgrading my sword, so we're gonna get some like extra upgrades on top of that too. But then again, like, I can understand how they were kind of economical with some aspects of the game because like, there's a lot into this game, and I guess at some point they said, okay, all the enemies will just flash and then disappear when they die. They will all have the exact same sound when you hurt them, the exact same sound when they die, but, like, we'll save on other aspects. Like, I'm guessing, like, actual sound design was perhaps not of the utmost importance, or perhaps they just didn't have, like, that wasn't a great part of their budget. They went with, like, I kind of like the music choice they made, but possibly, like, there's not a whole lot of tracks in the game. So I'm assuming they, like, you know, allocated their budget differently. Because you have, like, a very, like, animated main character. I totally do want that. Yeah, and, oh, that's right, okay. I'll rest up. Thank you. So yeah, like, the animation, rich backgrounds, and rich, very Sega-like backgrounds. I'm assuming it's due to the, kind of the maybe the amount of colors the Sega Genesis can, like, display at a time, because, like, it's like you can, like, they do a lot with it. And if you look at the use of pixels, dithering, and stuff, they actually do a pretty good job with the colors available. I'm actually pretty impressed. Hey, doggy. So now the town is all cool. Everybody's happy. And they're sorry, so, you know. You know, that now they used to be like very angry and sacrificial. Now they're all like, you know, giving out life advice. So, which near Mercator? I'm gonna say Mercator. Mercator. So I'm gonna go to the Mercator. Ah, yeah, that's gonna be weird. Mercator, which I'm assuming, and I'm remembering, is like the main city of this place. Oh, okay, thank you. They're actually these Berenstain Bear lookalikes were controlled by the Orc Kings. Okay, that explains it. And they're still apologetic, so you know, now I feel better about this. Oh. I'm sure they will. Thanks to you too. I'm just gonna steal this and go away with it. Alright, so I still have this gem that the other chief gave to me. So, presumably this... Oh, that's right, enemies. Presumably this is gonna do something. Also, you'll notice, like, enemy variety is not especially fantastic. It's mostly, like, just enemies that walk around and try to punch you, or just straight up run into you. Oh, cool! Something's changed here. Heave-ho! And they just push that big rock out of the way. That was kind of them. One of them's tired, one of them is refreshed. Yep. One of them, like, will probably go further in life. At least, like, career-wise, if pushing rocks is their career. The other one will probably, like, find a different path. So, this looks like a side path. Oh, look, okay, yeah. This is where this game stands out. Jumping puzzles. So, at first blush, where are these platforms located relative to each other? There is no way to tell. Like, the moving platform gives us a hint based on, like, the Z order when it passes by other platforms. That is the only hint they can actually give us. Because there's not even shadows on the ground. When I jump, I don't even have a shadow. There are no shadows in this engine. So this is all, well, we've given you like the most advice we can, so. See, like, I thought that platform was, nope, actually no, I can jump it, okay, so it's right next to me, okay, so you slowly, like, oh, and I have to jump here, and I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this because this is like a perfect example of the kind of like platform jumping puzzles we get in this game, and it's just marvelous. Joe's gonna tweet this out, and then we will be golden. And we are back. Okay, thanks for your patience. Now, see, like, at first blush, they do look pretty tricky, but it's really, you gotta look at the hints. Okay, and you, like, go step by step. It's almost like you're going in blind, and, like, I'm assuming, yeah, okay, I'm assuming that was where we were, and then I'm just gonna have to take a leap of faith. Now this one. Okay, now, if I step a little bit here, I can guess that it's going to be in this direction. And for the next one, I'm kind of relying on my memory. Okay. And here, that's actually clever. You use the chest as a jumping point. So, like, this actually can be done pretty easily. It's just the designers had no shadow and no other way really to let you know like where things are located in 3D space, so they had to use other hints, and that's actually quite clever. So hey, look, we're in a cute little cottage, and they say there's a witch here. Hopefully she won't eat me. Oh no, totally wrong. Kato, what's a favorite sword? Okay, well, cool. The game just gave me a sword upgrade. That's really nice. Oh my god, I completely forgot that this is where this happened. Okay, so I got the fire sword. There's going to be a thunder sword, a sword of ice, and I'm assuming they're all going to be better than each other, marginally. Okay, and the sword of stone, so we get all the elements. Nice. That is pretty cool. Do I have to equip it, maybe? I totally have to equip it. Ah, nice. Okay, yeah, see? No hand-holding. Magic sword! They really should have called it the fire sword, but I guess it's the first sword you get, so. And check it out, now there's a little bar. I'm assuming like it hits for more. But once the bar charges up, then we're gonna be golden. Yeah, group. So we get ourselves a magic sword, can't wait to try it out. Kills stuff dead, and the hit is like harder once it's charged up. Well, it's also charred up, so either way works. So that is like whoa! Hello, big guy. So that is like the single other fighting mechanic they add. Now, if I let it charge up, I'm gonna set stuff on fire. But I also like how you can kind of knock enemies into each other. Also, I got hit, and that kind of reset my swing, and that's not cool. So if you like knock enemies into each other, you can like really wail on them. What the heck is this? Like a Waluigi's worm or something? That is weird. Oh! Funky music trees. This one's bigger. I'm assuming something cool is... Oh, look at this. Moan, groan, own. Okay, so... something tells me if I cure this tree of whatever's ailing it, I'm gonna get something that's gonna have to do with these trees. So, more towns. Mercator should really be called a city, because it's pretty big. But I'm gonna go to Ryuma first. Unless, of course, this is a false choice and my path is mystically blocked by something. I think Ryuma is the town with the lighthouse. Again, like all these monster hallways kind of start to run together, so they do really like stretch what they have. Oh, look, town. Hello, Ryuma. I'm Nigel. People, oh my god. Can't get herbs. Yeah. I like, where am I supposed to get herbs and such now? Look like 5 feet right here. Like this is an herb. You can totally like one here. Look, there's an herb. There's one on your head. Okay, there's a gang of thieves now. Oops, okay. Okay, so I guess shopkeeper's gone, and now I guess she's selling more herbs, and also, look how like incredibly creepy and inefficient this place is. That we're just supposed to like sleep here out in the open, like, and like these are tables with like a cloth over it. Like there's this isn't an actual mattress. It's literally a table with a cloth. And you like, am I gonna sleep like immediately next to the counter? But it's logistically, I don't know. I would not rest at this inn. I do like that they kind of tried to make it fit within like its Euclidean size or shape, which is, you know, it's a good try. Okay, like the religion house in this place, way better, way more furnished than other places. I'm gonna save. Little save music, and we're good. Totally gonna continue. Oh, hey, what do you have to say then? You almost like did something. You almost said something like really profound there, but yeah, okay, right, I'll give you that. Yeah. Oh, cool! I literally just bought a sword, but oh, nice. Oh, I actually don't remember what these do. Oh, that's right. I can't buy anything because shopkeeper's out. Nope. And the game already already kind of showed me the rule that I cannot leave a room with an item. It just vanishes. I'm gonna have to see this Mercator people keep talking about. So so theme of Ryuma is people are out. I do like the little diorama feel these rooms have. It probably has to do with the isometric angle. I just like this. And, hey, there's buddy. Okay. Okay, so this has a sunstone. They probably tell me this because I'm gonna need to like interact with the sunstone in some way. I doubt they would actually let me go out there and talk to me about it unless there was something to do with it. Because game design. Oh, little doggy! Bow wow to you too. Go on a dog ride. Hold on just a second. Live in fear of the thieves. On the promontory. Oh. So there's a promontory, there's a cave, thieves are in it. I guess I'm gonna have to clear them out because that's kind of what I do around here. I swing my sword and I solve problems. Getting mixed information here. So are the thieves still there? Are they gone? Are they at the promontory? Well... Okay. Another bit of info kind of to, like, encourage me. You're gonna have to give me more than that, oh man. Like, what are you offering for... Like, I would gladly share it if there is, like, some form of, like, aid or you want to give me, or... Yeah, so... Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Did I see something? Oh, so there's someone here. What? Okay. That was something. Oh, well, word got out fast. Totally, yeah, that's what I do. Quick response indeed. I guess he was killed, based on a rumor going around town. Alright, so... And I'm guessing now... Yeah, now the dialogue of everybody in town has changed because now the rumor has spread. Now everybody's freaked out because, oh my god, Mayor's dead. Everybody's gone, in fact, wow. Oh, was that the mayor's child? Oh, okay, yeah, people are here too. Oh my god. People are desperate. Time to do what a video game protagonist does. Aside from the intro, Nigel doesn't really talk, aside from, like, saying yes or no. Which is a bit unfortunate. He did seem to have, like, an interesting personality, or at least a personality. Cannot walk on the flowers. Oh, and... What? Oh, it's Kayla! Hey! Kayla, Wally, and Ink. And they're gone. That was it. That was... sure, yeah, let's go. That was just the game, like, reminding, hey, by the way, they exist, bye. Which, I think is, like, it's a neat touch. It has its charm. Like, other games probably use this like as a mid-boss scenario, but nope, it's just like, oh, crap. Okay, get close to the goddess. Got it, I can do that. Also, the game will like to hide things here, in little nooks and crannies, so it's always good to check. But it's probably not a good idea to then just miss your jump afterwards. Something behind the waterfall? Nope. Oh. And now we get the dungeon music, which we hear in every dungeon. Okay, so I guess, yeah, this path. I guess that's a harder way up. Got it. It's... Someone set this whole thing up, made a plaque, hey Jai, and then like set up like this treasure chest, and put an herb inside. That was it. That was a great treasure. Like, the herb probably would have gone bad also over time, or maybe like someone set up this whole thing to actually give something of value, and then an adventurer took it and then say like, it's gonna suck for the next person. I'll just put something in there, just so they don't feel bad. Oh, this looks like a... Whoa. Seems to be dead indeed. Are you statues? You're statues. Oh. I do wonder how the damage system works. Is it literally I'm doing my maximum hit points in points of damage? Is there... I'm always curious how games actually work with this. Like the actual numbers, I'm really curious about that. I wonder if I can reach someone who actually worked on this. This is an old game. I'd be really, really interested. Still another skeleton that seems to be dead. It's situation unchanged. Skeletons are still dead. Nice use of dithering for the waterfall. Not sure if the Genesis had transparency. Oh, see? Fire effect. In action. Doesn't actually do much for these folks. Alright. Okay, yeah, so it's... Don't get smacked in the face. by these rolling balls. Okay. Okay, something bad's about to happen if they're just giving me tons of healing items. Oh, okay. Yep. Again, see? I really thought that ball was, like, up and to the right, but it's actually right over me. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that's tricky. Okay, that's why they gave a bunch of health. Yeah. One of those statues is gonna try to hit me at some point. I just know it. Oh, cool! Aha, nice. So that's what the cryptic plaque meant. Okay. Now, pushing the statue back raised this, and now I get to see what's under the water. And I can actually go here, and that does nothing. But, okay, yeah, water's probably changed downstairs. Cool, that's interesting. I'd forgotten about this part, that you can actually change the some aspects of the layout through your actions like that. That's interesting. That's neat. Smashy, smashy. I don't think enemies seem to be affected by the spikes, though. Okay, no more water. Oh, there we go. See? Now there's an opening here. What a well-designed dungeon. Good work, dungeon designers. Okay, that's a problem. I don't have a key. I'm not sure where I could have gotten a key. Okay. Is there somewhere else with water? Or is Alex going to once again wander aimlessly for hours while playing Landstalker, a game that she supposedly remembers? In my defense, it's been a while. I don't remember this game by heart, but I do try to play it every so often. Okay, well the water is gone here too, but not okay. But indeed. Ah, there we go. Okay, had to go to the bottom, the very bottom. Nice. Which I guess is good, because either way you would be like going back to the start and just like giving up. And nope, you have to go in front of a place that shows you the next path. That again is good level design. That is smartly thought. This is an unnecessarily long hallway. Oh, okay, now I get to fight these first enemy who can actually block. That is interesting. That is a wrinkle. Cool. Oh, Pockets, how did you get here? That is very cryptic. I also like that he's a pickpocket and he just leaves chests unopened in his supposed cell. Again, like this is a slab of rock with a folded up cloth and I guess a magic lamp? Pockets, you're incomprehensible. I have no idea what you're doing with your life. But I got the key, met a new enemy, which I'm assuming this is just like, hey, this is how this enemy operates, have your fun with him, and then later on we're gonna throw more of them at you. But now we kind of have to do the tedious thing of, well, let's just then go back up the dungeon. But it's not so bad. You don't have a lot to do. Whee! Oh, I could have just... Yeah, but I was not a very smart Alex. There's probably some randomization to the damage too, because I'm one-shotting some of them, but not all of them. I really want to know how the damage model works in this game. But I do gotta give it to, like, the main character is pretty well animated. I mean, that's... nice little facial expressions. Oh, one of those statues is gonna attack me, like, very soon. I can feel it. Oh, this is gonna be a... Okay. Okay, I don't know if I can actually make that. Could not make that. I'm gonna come back here, because that is perplexing. And there's not a lot I can do to walk faster. I actually cannot walk faster. Boop. There we go. Okay, again, yeah, you have to Oh, okay, this is fun. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, again, you really have to watch the platforms move to figure out what their deal is. What is here? What even is here? Oh god. Do my best. Alright, I'll do my best. Whoa. I can run as fast as those giant boulders. That's good to know. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure, like, if... like, aside from actually putting shadows, I'm not sure what else you could do to make these jumping puzzles like... Oh, look at that slowdown, too. To make them actually, like, more practical or more easy to, ouch, understand. Still have no idea where those balls are. Oh. Yep, I cannot lose if I just back them into a corner. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, okay. See, this is clever. Okay, that was... Oh, yeah, sure, what? Uh-huh. Ah, missed it. I could have jumped to get up there. And there's nothing here. Okay, that's where the balls come from. Okay, yeah. I can do this. This is... This looks kind of random. Yeah, it's like when I... I'm dead. When I leave the ball, it kind of changes direction. It's really unclear what the rules are. Also, you'll notice that the herbs, the Iki have now stopped healing me for the maximum. Oh, this is not gonna end well. So what am I supposed to do to actually... Nope. Okay, maybe that's just it. There we go. Blind luck. Oh, for a last pack. Okay, yeah. So that was a really weird puzzle. Like I'm thinking this was maybe like over designed a bit, but hey, it's oh crap. Oh, okay. But you can kind of see that, yeah, they did their best, but maybe the rules, the physics rules for those balls weren't exactly like perfect. But I've been in many situations like this one where like I designed something that sounds really cool in theory, and then when it's in practice, like it doesn't work. Try different things, doesn't work, and then at some point you just run out of time and go, ah, just screw it. It kind of works now. It's doable. Let's just do it. All right, so I'm just gonna use the key here, I guess. Oh! Okay, that was easy. I could just, I guess, just bust up that statue that was of a different color. Oh, golden statue. What is that? Will not tell me. Okay. I guess I should probably ask a shopkeeper or just use this thing and kind of trust that it's going to do something. See, this would be great, like, to have a... Oh, it's the boss. Helpfully named Boss. Ah, it just straight up kills me. Okay. I think we got off on the wrong foot. I'm sorry. My name is Nigel. I'm an adventurer looking for the treasures of... Oh, you're dead. Well... Oh, the mayor's not dead after all. Yay, alright. That's pretty good, though. Oh, $5, thank you. Lithograph. Oh, there we go. Cool, exposition. I didn't get to talk to Friday again. Gola, one of the destructive gods King Noel used to worship. Oh, the dragon. Okay, yeah, that's the statue we've been seeing around. Oh god, oh boy, five. Here's the gist. I really like this. Yeah, Friday goes, oh, this, okay, yeah, basically collect all 5 stone and get Gola's eyes. We already have the red ruby. So I'm guessing we need to get the 4 others. Oh, jeez! That's right, they exist. Double darn! And I love that they used the death sound when he gave up, like, the lithograph was like, ah! At least they keep their promises. They're good villains. So yeah, Kayla and Wally and Ink are just like, they're interesting, but they're not like this like particularly nefarious kind of villain, like, you know, they're not gonna be like the big bad of the game. No, they're really just here to, you know, to raise a ruckus and give a challenge and foil. Oh, that's right, this place here. And just act as a foil. A foil! Okay, so... Yeah, I'm a dummy. This thing here. Not any, like, secret stairs here. Or is it really we just need to be super duper blazing fast? Like, how can you... How can you? Ah! So maybe you can. Like, maybe really you totally can do this. Is just like... Ah! It's probably down to the... Like, I probably even have to stay on the inside. But then, of course, if I walk too closely, then it just auto, like... Why does this exist? Is the question here. But I'm getting pretty close. You gotta admit that I'm getting close here. And I permanently lost it because, like, that was that was a pixel too late. And I really did this. Ah! I had a lot of, like, perseverance and stubbornness when I was young, when I played through this game. This is a good place for questions because I'll be doing this for until I actually get it. Oh, did the timer reset? Kinda. Nope, that darn little ball. I had that. This better be like, they better give me more than just herb when I actually manage to do this. Ah! Okay. There we go. Got it. Statue of Gaia. Okay, one of the rare items, I guess. And an herb. That was not worth it. That was super not worth it. Yeah, it's like this. Oh, if only you were 0.1 seconds faster, you could have done this. But it's also a bit irksome that, like, what is actually offered up as a reward is kind of crummy. So I don't know. Maybe the Statue of Gaia is awesome, and I just forgotten what it actually does. Either way, I got a ton of money now, so I'm gonna spend it in town. It's a good thing I got that magic sword from the kind swordsman who just gave it to me. So like, I used to be famous. You're someone. Here you go. It's a good thing, like, that pickpocket didn't just wander into his house first. Cool, so let's go back. Yep. It's a good thing that the three old men send the raft back up the river, I guess. When you come back, no raft, and then Nigel died of old age. Well, I guess I could have swam. Your safe conduct pass? What is... That's a weird thing. Oh, like her ID? So Kayla probably came back here and stole her ID. I'll be right back. Sure, you can bet. Yeah. They're totally gone until the story decides they're back. Don't worry, you're like a minor secondary character. You don't even have a name when you speak, so you'll be fine. Some houses still empty. Dogs still happy. It's pretty much all we can ask for, really. Happy dog. Okay. I'm an honorary citizen. Now I get to maybe vote, I guess. I was really something all along. Well, I have Friday. I kind of like that the mayor's like really into his job. That's cool. Ah, I can work again. This is great. Okay, there we go. That's the thing. I did all of that so I could get into Mercator. Because otherwise, without a pass, I wouldn't have gotten it. Okay. The lady who got her pass stolen is just to let us know, hey, Kayla, Wally, and Ink will totally be at Mercator. Though, that's just one pass, so I'm assuming Wally and Ink will just get a pass because they're lackeys. Like, who are they? Ah, they're just like henchmen. Oh, okay, they can come in then. But please do, we're like kind of hurting for cash. Could you tell me what this does? Is there a manual? I can check. I'm actually reading a manual. Wow, this is novel. Dull, okay. Okay, so restore is 11 or half, whichever is higher. That's interesting. Detox grass, which means I'm going to get poisoned eventually. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also going to get paralyzed and oh yeah, poison, paralysis, both. I'm going to get poisoned and paralyzed later. This is exciting. And I will hallucinate. Okay. Okay, okay, Golden Statue keeps Magical Sword fully charged, so I get special attacks all the time. That's cool. And, okay, that's a smart bomb. Okay. And items, but let's not spoil everything right away. Okay, cool. So, sword boost, smart bomb. Got it. 300. That's highway robbery, but I get it. Like, prices keep going up as I get out of the boondocks and come to the city because of supply and demand. I get it. I get it. I'm gonna go rest at the super duper creepy inn. Totally a hero. Okay, gonna buy an herb. I actually have to deposit it. I can't just chuck it. Thank you. At least, like, Iki seems to be, like, very stable price-wise. It never seems to go up. Thank you, sir. Yeah, your bed is the one right next to where I work. Just go to sleep, and we'll just keep walking around and talking in broad daylight, and then, you know, you'll sleep. Did you sleep well? Goodbye. Like, didn't even wait for me to answer. Like, no. Alright, so... Gonna save with a record book. Also, it's interesting to know that, like, I can use the other books to, like, cure poison and stuff. And what that tells me is that, hey, poison and curse and stuff, that is going to last a while. Long enough for you to actually go back in town and ask a priest to cure it. It kind of freaks me out. So I guess, that's right, I should probably, like, go talk to the lighthouse keeper just because I like the fact that, like, this has an icon of a sword and shield, and they sell neither sword nor shield. Alright, I'm gonna go see Papa, I guess. I also like that the person at the bottom said, like, oh yeah, I heard that, like, Mercator is now run by Duke Mercator. What was Duke Mercator doing before? There's a town with his name on it. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, so... Assistant is gone. That's unfortunate. Oh well, not my problem, yet. I keep landing on his head, but it's okay. Okay, so now we actually get to go to a new place. I'm really stoked about this. Because, like, this game gets, like, a bit more interesting, and the story goes into places you don't exactly expect it to, and that's part of its charm, but otherwise, it remains a, like... This kind of makes me think of, Binary Domain, in the sense that, like, you can't really call it a low-budget game. This like, has pretty high production values, but it does things that you don't really understand why it does them. Which is a terrible sentence structure, but... Oh, wait, what? Oh, cool! Nice! I'm glad I went by here. Oh, that is... Whoa! Okay, that is an interesting new enemy type. Just cannon fodder, and you just have to destroy the source. That's interesting. Also cool that this tree is completely hollow inside and is, like, has had some woodworkers come by. Okay, source is probably on the other side. Oh, I can't reach it. Okay. Nope. Okay. That good old Genesis, well, that good old slowdown that really works with any console whatsoever. So I'm kind of running around, but like there's multiple paths, and I'm not sure if I'm skipping something. It's weird that I can't really like hit this thing. Okay, there we go. I'm just waiting until I hit a mimic, because like chest, you gotta know, like, they're gonna have mimics at some point. Also, I really feel like I went into a different direction at some point. I'm a completionist, I don't want to like skip anything. Okay, yeah, here. What's up here? Huh. Okay, this is an interesting place. Oh, cool, chest. Okay, I can't... No, I can totally do this. Okay, nice. That's an expert move there. Not sure if I was actually supposed to do this, but totally did it. Ow! Now, did that, like... Nope. Oh, wait. Am I here? I'm here. This is too high to jump. Okay, this is super slow down. I'm really not sure if that was actually the way to go, to actually damage yourself to jump here. I hope that there's actually a legitimate way to do this, and that like that's not the thing you're supposed to do, but I'm kind of glad I did it, and it worked. Why are you putting out more enemies than you can actually display at once, game? That is not good for you. I'm gonna die here because I can't... Oh, no, there we go. Miraculously worked. Oh! Oh, that's... Okay, there's a thing running around in me. He's like, there's a giant golden knight. Oh, there we go. And he says this right away because I won't be able to talk to him once I leave. Okay, so all these trees I've been seeing are essentially teleports. I find one, I can teleport to the other one. Okay, so there were actually two paths I could have gone up. That's interesting. I guess. Cool. Ooh, I actually really love this effect in games. I'm assuming... Yep. Okay, so we found the way to warp back to the first village. There's not actually a whole lot of, like, reason to do this, but, like, you can, you know, talk to the dogs. Hey, I really dig the fact that the first town has a dog named Belle. All the other dogs don't really warrant... Also, hey, check this out. Like, different colored trees. Yeah, something's gonna happen here. This town still has some life left in it. Forget what I was supposed to do. Oh, but I'll totally stay in the end, though. But yeah, so that's an interesting way to handle fast travel. Not a whole fast travel anywhere, but you find pairs of warps, and you use them. Chicken riding! I will never tire of doing this. Never, ever, ever. Whoa! Okay, so time to get to Mercator, which is actually a pretty big... Okay, time to get to Mercator, which is actually a pretty big deal in this game. Yeah, like, the town design is actually pretty cool in this, and that's a nice looking beach, all told. I really like the tile set, they do a lot with it, and, like, as I said in the previous installment, they do some really smart things to, like, fake slopes and stuff like that. You should check it out. It's in the highlights, and if you're watching on YouTube, it means I actually figured out how to put stuff on YouTube. So hey, check out the first episode of this series, in which we play... Hey, in which we play Landstalker, which is a really neat game. And oh, look. This is kind of this is a neat way to say it's a side passage because the path is smaller and there's just one wide. Oh! Ah, nice. Now I just put this here, and I can jump here. And they put one on the other side because I'm gonna need it when I come back. If this is the right side path that I think it is, this is got it. This should be interesting. Ah, okay. So yeah, this is too high, so I just need to set this spot down. Oh, we'll say that counts. This game is like, again, I really find this... Oh, that's right, you don't actually follow along when you're on an item, which is a weird, very weird thing, but I guess they figured, like, no, we can't do it. It's okay, well, we're just gonna have the player do it anyway and find it weird and... well... so yeah! Hey, check this out. Not creepy at all. Just, like, lot of skulls. And also, this is the dungeon music playing right now. And, hey, there's a doggy. Marty, another dog with a name. Marty, it's about your kids. No, it's not. You don't look very old, but again, this is just a dog. So, that was an interesting place. We will have to come back to this place because we obviously don't have what triggers the corresponding scene, but yeah, something's gonna go down there. And it's kind of neat that they actually just let you discover that right away at the start of the game. And eventually, like, something will happen, and you'll have to kind of make that mental like link, like, oh wait, there was that weird shack in the woods. Oh, new enemy. Now there's... oh, well, I'm dead. Enemy is celebrating and jumping around me, and still just as dead though. So ground slimes there. Again, nothing more complicated than jump and try to hit me and touch me, and merely touching me hurts me. I try to think back to, like, you know, oh, and check this out, like, the path is getting more defined here. Oh, and look, there's a tree. So I'm gonna find the other tree to that eventually. So it gets more defined because now we're in Mercator. But I keep feeling that this game, like, the same thing happened when we were making Chariot and Zet. We wish we could have spent more time to work on combat, because combat was pretty much like the weakest part of that game. And here, I don't think it's weak, it's just very ordinary, and you don't do much aside from just, you know, walking, jumping, and hitting. Zelda had, like, at least the spin attack, and you kept finding items that you could use and make, like, combat different. Here, it's really just walking, jumping, and hitting, and that's it. You don't get, like, special items, abilities, or anything. That's it. Mercator, where money is the most important thing in the world. Mercator, the hub of mercantilism, I guess. If that's even a word. We welcome you. We welcome you. Hold on now. We're not welcoming you too much. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. You're not gambling. Oh, I totally don't even have to pay him. That's cool. Nice. Thank you, game. Okay, yeah, you can totally get cheated out of money just because. So now we're in a pretty big. We're in the game's biggest town. Oh, I'm not unique. Not sure why you call this the best place in the town. I mean, it's in the corner, but okay. It says south. Again, this is a game, an isometric game in diagonals. No clue what south even means. Hurrah for Duke Mercator! Evil magician to the south. Yeah, so the citizens are just rationalizing why they have to pay a lot of money. Well, okay, so money. That's interesting. There's actually like a world-famous musician here. That's cool. I like that. That's a nice touch. bunch of people who really... Oh, what? Ah! Just walk right through me. Oh, it's a fortune teller. Neat. Oh, whoa, what? No, it's just a... It's just a bunch... Okay, so it's a Beastmaster, a Monster Trainer, a... Don't give up, Skeleton. Oh, he's just literally a monster collector. Interesting. I've forgotten a lot about this game. Oh, fortune teller. Nice. Fortune teller. Interesting. I'm curious to see where this goes, or whether or not she can actually, like, curse me or stuff. Maybe that's where the curse mechanic comes in? I don't really remember a lot of the status effects of games I play. Gosh, what a big town. Price is too high? 40 goals. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave your ledger here and then leave. So that's a big town. That's a, like, this is a big deal. Okay. Oh, she actually hit me for a point of damage because I said that. Oh my god, this... Oh, look at that! Steel breast. Plate. But you ran out of characters, I understand. You bought too many what? Yes. So there's another shop that's has higher prices, but this is interesting though. It's just they give you the magic sword, but you have to buy the armor, which I guess is fair. Still gonna need a little bit more money. This is a big town. Alright, so the super fancy place, and officers come in and they go out, and yeah. So this place is mysterious. That's going to be interesting to find out what it is that happens here. This game has a lot of personality. I really have to give it, like, that's a lot of personality. Okay, so something's probably gonna happen here. Like this. But yeah, no, like it's. I'm assuming like chiptune artists would probably know a whole lot more about that. But yeah, it's interesting how like the Genesis sound card compared to like the SNES sound card or the Game Boy sound card, like sounds very, very different and unique. I'm not really well. Oh look, there's hidden doors here. I'm not really well versed in how sound cards work, but you really can make the difference between like a Super Nintendo like sound set and a Genesis one, and it's nifty. I'm not sure like where I could learn more about this, but it is really interesting, those little differences. And there's another whole town here. Oh, this is probably the... No? Not the more expensive shop? Aww. Aww. Poor businessman. I know some people who can help you, small businessman. You can get this done. I'll come back later and probably do. Wait, are those just piled up? Yeah, that's just piled up armor and equipment in the corner. That's so sad. This is actually. Oh, there's a. No. Always read the plaque, but this is not a plaque that can be read. This is like one of the Remember this place, this shop whose counter I'm dancing on. This is one of the only times in the entire game where we will get agency. And that's really, really nifty, and it's not something you really see in a lot of other games. So we'll come back here. This will be an important place later. Oh, I just remembered what green peas is. No, tell me. Oh my god, that's right, this thing. Oh, you didn't actually tell me. That's right, you throw I throw this thing. And if it lands on something, I get money. I'm probably gonna, waste my money here because I love this. I do need to know how to play. Okay, yeah, 400. That's pretty good. Really want to hit that, fast-moving one. Okay, probably need to be, a little bit, not here, but probably here. Okay. I'm not gonna buy that plate anyway, so I'm gonna try again. Yeah, this is like a Zelda game because when you select the wrong thing, someone talks for a very long time. Okay, so I think here. Okay, really not. I got this. I got 3 more tries. I think I can get this. If not, well, this is what happens. You play with money and you lose. Almost. Okay. So it needs to be a little bit not higher, but it needs to not be as far on its path. I'll just show you. Got it. Yeah. Also, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I can just go get that chest, too. Might as well while I'm here. Okay, cool. We gambled, we won, now we can actually go for that breastplate. And this is, I guess I think at some point, if you make too much money, the owner will just, cut you off. Because you're costing him too much. I think that actually happens. Otherwise, you can just make infinite money free. Awesome! I'm poor of money, but rich of equipment. I'm assuming this, oh, check this out! Now I have, now my breastplate is actually a different color. So I'm assuming now I'll take less damage, which is great. I'm already moving on up on the world. And I run right straight back into here, which I didn't mean to do. This is a big place. Yeah, I envy the... Well, I mean, it's a noble profession. Okay, girl named Lara went to learn piano, vanished, ostensibly. The plot thickens. Alright. A lot of different plots going on in this town. Yeah, sure. I'm actually out of money. Only speaks with exclamations. Do you want to challenge me? Will you pay me? Take care of yourself. Okay, whoa, okay, sure, yeah, absolutely. I'm actually gonna see if I can make that 7 goals just so I can challenge him, because that sounds cool. What are you guard? But it's... No, no. Chicken! Ah, I wanna ride the chicken. Ah, never mind. Oh, there we go. Kale is in town. Now we know. Madame Lards. Madame Lards is a terrible place. Madame Lards is a great place. Okay, well, I guess we'll just agree to disagree until we mysteriously find out what the heck that place actually is. Sure. Oh, nice! This town is great. Like, it's just put the jars on the shelves. This is great. I absolutely love doing this. Ah, this is... Yep. That's actually not lined up. Come on, I can do this. Oh, okay, I know. There we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, actually, you know what? Yeah, this is quite the puzzle, because I actually need one of those jars. Oh, crap. I broke one of the... Okay, cool. So, yeah, you actually need some of the jars to get up, and you can't just chuck them. This is charming. Like, this is something I would do. This is totally something I would do. Use, like, a game's simple mechanics to do this kind of stuff. Hey, we have a system for, you know, just depositing items. So why not just, like, actually have someone pay you to do this in an orderly fashion? That is great. That is super charming, and I love that this is in the game. Good on you, game, for doing this. This is also the cutest sound in the world. Like, it has to be like some sort of like generic sound that the that they just came across and says like, okay, well, what could these be? Oh, like put it down because like it's a weird sound that. Oh, there we go. Oh, 2 goals. I'd forgotten that part. And the stream disconnected, so I'll just wait a bit. Stream is having some trouble. Are we back? Are we back? I guess we're back. Hey! Yep, I'm hearing myself speak, so stream disconnected, so whoops. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, if I figured that out, never mind, everything's good. Oh yeah, guard, off-duty, going gambling. This is a solid commentary on city life in medieval times. That's the village song from the beginning. Yeah, this game is quirky and cute, and I totally appreciate it. Gosh, there's so much to do in this town. Like, this is pretty big. It is, however, getting late, so I will actually call it here. We still got a ton of stuff to explore. Oh, that's right, yeah, the Duke is totally blaming his high taxes on the magician. You know what? The magician probably doesn't even exist, just a scapegoat to raise taxes. Crusty old Duke! Ah, your brave deeds shall remain in our hearts forever. That is inspiring. I'm actually going to stop for now. So that was another hearty session of Landstalker, like a game that's weird and baffling, but also super charming. So I really, really like what this game does, and as bewildered as I am at some of its design decisions, it's still really, really cool. So it's an interesting ride. So next time we will be exploring the town of Mercator some more, because there's a lot to this place. Like it's a great big hub. There's actually like, I think there's like a tiny dungeon in it too. There's like gambling. There's all sorts of shop, and it's what a weird, lovely game. And I'm happy I can like share it with you folks, and we can kind of look at what's interesting about it. And looking at it now with the eyes of a designer, it's really, really interesting to kind of try to figure out, okay, why did they do this? Like, I remember this being unusual, but what was the process behind this? And now I'm really curious, and I'm going to see if I can't find some other information about like how the systems in it work, because that's really fascinating to me. But in the meantime, you take care of yourselves. You have a good night, or a good evening, based on where you are in the world, or a good morning, or a good whatever you are, wherever you are, whatever you want to do. Have a good time. Take care of yourselves, because you are important. And let's all keep making wonderful things together. Bye-bye.